everybody, and welcome back to Heroes of Bastion. Hope you're having a lovely evening. Welcome to episode 10. It's turtleneck night. If you couldn't tell, everyone show off your turtlenecks. Everybody, we're all nice and toasty, looking fabulous. Thank you so much for joining us tonight to continue our story where we left off. Alea.
Hi. Hello.
You wake up and you are so excited because today is game day. Today's where your dad takes you in with your sisters and it's time to play games. You get to play games today. And you know, if you do good at the games, you are going to get ice cream on the way home. And you are really excited. So you get brought in to the office and the doctor sets out the couple games in front of you. There is the up-down game, there's the peekaboo game, and then there's the shapes going into the different holes game. Which game do you want to play today?
I want to do the up-down game. Please, thank you.
So you see the doctor smiles at you and they grab basically a set of weights and they place it in front of you. But for you, they're like big frisbees. They're big frisbees, and you know you have to pick them up without touching them. Give me an unleash your powers.
Okay. It is 14.
A 14.
Yeah.
So
2 6s.
You sit there and you think, and then you see the weights kind of go boom, 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 and bounce all around the room. And you see the doctors clapping behind that weird window they stand behind when it's game time. And they're taking a little bit of notes, and they usher you out because it's your sister's turn. And as you come out, the doctor leans down to you and goes, "Such a good job, Alea. Very impressive today."
Thank you. Are you gonna get ice cream after too?
Oh, maybe if your dad takes us as well. But we've got to help game time for your sisters now. So why don't you just sit and you can watch?
Okay.
Okay. And you see your sister, Lilac, walks in. And she walks into the same game room that you were in, and she has to pick a game. And she chooses up down too, because she saw you do up down. She wanted to do up down too. And you see she's frustrated, and as she's trying to do what you did, but she just can't. And she just grabs it and she kind of throws it off to the side, and you see it kind of cracks the wall a little bit when it hits the side. And you see the doctor kind of go, and take some notes, and grabs a recorder and goes, "Subject isn't quite ready just yet," and puts the recorder down. And then Lilac gets ushered out, kind of in a huff, kind of just sits down in the corner because she couldn't do what you did. And then Avon comes in and walks into the room. And Avon wants to be just like her sister. She picks the same game. And you see she's trying, and she starts to get really red in the face. Like Lilac was mad, but she starts to get furious. As you see her face begins to turn beet red, and you see the lights begin to kind of bzz, 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 bzz in the room. They begin to flash. As you see this little bits, you see like sparkles coming off your sister. Like, wow, why can't I sparkle? You see these little sparkles as she grabs the weight and slams it through the wall. As you see it crack, and the doctor turns to the two of you suddenly and goes, "Girls, why don't you wait outside?" And ushers you away.
Alea would go to try and hold Lilac's hand as they're walking out.
Lilac takes your hand, as it's scary for both of you. And you kind of, that memory begins to fade a little bit, and you're now in the car, driving home with ice cream in your hand. What flavor of ice cream do you have?
Pistachio.
Pistachio. You have pistachio. Lilac, what flavor would you have as a kid?
I was literally gonna say she would have pistachio as well.
Uh-huh.
I was literally, I was like, You watched that back, my jaw just went. I was thinking because that's my game snack.
And as you're driving home, Alea, you turn to look at the other car seat, and where's Avon? Avon isn't in the car.
Dad, where's Avon?
Avon needed a little bit more time with the doctors. She'll be home soon.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna see her at home, and we'll get to play then.
Yep. Once she's all done with the doctors, then you'll get to play all afternoon if you'd like. I've got a friend coming over too that I want you both to meet.
Oh, cool. Who is it?
His name's Arcane. He's another hero, just like your dad.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yes, he's got some very cool tricks he wants to show you. So make sure to be nice when he comes over.
Okay, Dad.
And that memory begins to fade a little bit. And we cut to maybe later that evening as it's dark outside now. And you see Arcane and your dad are kind of talking in the kitchen. And they don't seem too happy, but they're talking adult things. And you see Arcane walks to both you and your sister and sits down. And he goes, "Okay, I am going to show you some magic tricks now, all right?" And he begins to lift the ball from hand to hand, move it around. He begins to kind of make sparks and all these sorts of things. And then he brings out a watch. And he goes, "I just want you to focus on the watch." And he begins to move it back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And these weren't words that you remembered. This part of this was not in your head before. A lot of this wasn't, but this really, what's happening now wasn't there. As he begins to say, "You're going to forget you had a third sister. You're going to forget." And he begins to list all of these things, one after the other, after the other, after the other. And you have this weird experience of everything from the day just kind of washing away. And you wake up, Alea, to a tremor, a loud noise. And you hear the sound of boop, 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 these machines. As you realize, you wake up, you are in a hospital gown, and you are connected to a couple different, machines. And there was a person standing over you that was in a lab coat, and it looked like they're looking around, panicked. As you see, there's a lot of commotion and noise outside in the hallway.
Am I adult? Well,
You are now back to Alea.
Am I strapped down? Or can I get up?
Your wrists are strapped to the gurney.
I'm gonna try and rip them away. I'm alone in here, right?
The doctor is standing over you.
Oh, the doctor's still.
Yeah.
What happened? Why am I awake?
Something seems to be going on outside. I'm gonna go check on it. I will be right back. Just stay here, as we were interrupted in the middle of retrieving your memories, and we want to make sure we do it correctly. So please try not to just hold on, and just walk and runs out into the hallway. As you see, there's a bunch of people kind of moving back and forth, running about.
Can I roll either an assess the situation or a pierce the mask?
Please
to
do.
See? Okay, cool. Oh no.
What'd you roll?
Not great.
Oh no.
Wait, okay, I will ask you first. Which one would be best? Assess the situation or pierce the mask? In this situation.
Probably assess the situation.
Okay, cool. 2.
Oh God. Okay, so mark for me an experience. And as you kind of trying to focus, there's these flashes. There's these just these memories that are incomplete, or the faces aren't right or the voices aren't right. Things like as you're just trying to focus, your brain is a little bit fuzzy from whatever you were undergoing when you were woken up. What do you do?
Ooh. I am still gonna try and like get out of the wrist restraints.
Okay.
And see if I can look around. Do I have like an active open? Is this like open brain surgery right now?
No. You do not have an active like open
Okay.
wound
Okay.
on your head. You do feel some bandages though on your head when you as you're tapping up here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get my wrists out of there.
Okay. How are you gonna get your wrists out of there?
I'm gonna try. Oh God. I'm gonna try and make like a small black hole and then just like put my hand basically like through it portal style, like I did.
Okay. Give me an unleash your poppers.
Okay.
You're making me roll a lot tonight. It's making me nervous.
Everyone's gonna have to roll a lot.
An 11.
An 11. So you're able to
Not if we
kind of
just don't play.
you kind of like port your hand through, and so you get one wrist free, so you can easily undo the other shackle.
Okay. I'm gonna look around and do I recognize by any chance like anything here? Is there perhaps family photos or
There's no family photos, but as you like are poking around and as you step off of the bed, you're still connected to some of the machines. I don't know if you pull them out or you take everything off.
I'll slowly pull them out.
Yeah. And as you peek your head down the hallway, these hallways now seem familiar.
How familiar?
You have been here before. And you flashed to like when it was game time as your dad was leading you and your sisters down the hallway.
Okay.
And you see there's still people kind of milling about, like moving from place to place. Like the place isn't in a panic. It's like people are just moving with purpose.
none of them seem to notice me?
I mean, the doctor that was working with you, which wasn't the same one from the lab, went out to go see what was going on. So nobody has necessarily paid you any mind right now.
Okay. I want to, since I recognize this place, I want to try and follow what I do remember to see if I can find the game time room.
Okay. Give me an assess the situation.
That is an 8.
So with an 8, you can ask one thing.
Okay, cool. I will go with... What here is the greatest danger?
So as you're moving through the hallways, you're kind of like using this sense memory to try to make your way through, you know, like these kind of like white, like pure white, almost too clean hallways. And you pass a couple other like hospital rooms you see with like the clear windows, you know, looking into the room. The beds are empty. You're making your way through these winding hallways, deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And then you make your way to a room that has the lights off. And it looks very similar to the game time room.
Is there any evidence that this has been used by children recently?
So you flick on the lights and you see there is a bed, like a cot that's been set up. And you see there's a book bag, and you see there's homework. And there's a folder that says Ark and High on it.
Is it Avon's homework?
It is Avon's homework.
Fucking. Okay. She's not here, right?
No, she's not there.
Okay. So I know by this point that my dad at least knows about this place.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Avon probably knows where he is.
Mm-hmm.
I want to try and go through the shadows to find Avon.
Find Avon specifically?
Yes.
Okay. Make me one more Unleash Your Powers, please.
Okay, let's see how it goes. A 12.
A 12. So you're able to pass through the shadows fairly easily. And you pass down into the lobby as you see Avon is donning her helmet and walking out the front door.
She's putting on her helmet?
Yep.
I'm gonna follow her, but I don't want her to know that I'm following her. I want to see if she knows if she's going to Dad.
Okay. So she's walking out of the... She's basically walking back into the wastes of this level. And we're going to cut now from you following her into the wastes to Nithira and Rally. Nithira and Rally. The two of you have awoken in the middle of the street. You were holding each other when we last left off. What do you do?
To clarify, we're still right outside my house, right?
Correct.
Like
You're
in
in
the
the middle of
street?
you're in the middle of the street. Yeah.
Okay. How did we get here?
Would Rally know that him being out here means that he was also being, like, marionetted around?
It's a logical conclusion.
We need to get inside right now.
Why?
I'll explain when we just get inside. And he's gonna, like, look over his shoulders to see, like, if anything is amiss.
So you look over your shoulders, and it's near like middle of the night. And as the two of you are like, we need to get inside right now, you feel the ground shake. You feel like, and you hear this terrible groaning noise of like metal or something. You don't know what it is, but there's just now this shaking, and you see lights around the city begin to kind of go boop, 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 boop as these emergency lights come on.
We need to get my dad, and then we can go back to the downstairs. Because she was still freaking out when they all came back, so she's gonna like bolt inside her house to grab her dad and like take him to safety, whatever's happening.
So as you bolt into the house, you see your dad is like, Nithira, there you are. We have to evacuate to the higher levels.
Yeah, we got a place. Just follow me, please.
Follow you where?
Just come on. She's gonna just try to grab his hand and pull him outside.
Give me a comfort. Give me a comfort roll.
Oh, comfort roll.
Plus mundane.
Yeah, that's not good. So her roll needs to be good, and okay. -7.
7?
For a second, I thought you said -7. And I'm
So-
like,
No,
what?
I have -1 for mundane.
So a 7 isn't a failure. But he kneels down and he goes, where are we going?
Riley's dad has a spot where we can be safe.
Oh, okay. And he's like, do you need anything from your room?
No.
Okay. Well, let's go then. And he grabs your hand back, and the two of you begin to go. Rally, what are you doing during this?
So Nathira just bolted for her house, and I'm just standing out here.
Unless you went with her.
I'll say for the sake of it, I went with her. But during
Okay.
that like spiel, he ran upstairs to go get that box.
Okay.
Went back down.
All right. And then the three of you head to the rally point. And your dad's already at the front door, and he goes, "Come on, get inside. Get inside." And he looks at your dad, Nathira, and he goes, "Don't ask questions now. We're just going to get safe, and then we'll go from there." And you all stand on what you know to be the elevator to go down into the rally point.
She's just gonna be like pulling her dad's side and be like, "It's a secret hideout."
Oh,
We apparently have a lot of basement space.
Nathira, give me a pierce the mask.
What? Okay. 8.
8. So you get to ask one question.
Who am I piercing the mask to?
Your dad.
My dad?
Nani?
What's his facial reaction when I tell him it's a super secret hideout space?
Feigned surprise.
Okay.
As the elevator and the four of you head down into the basement, into the real rally point, and your dad goes, "Oh, what is all this?"
It's our super secret team hideout that we do like super cool stuff in. Sometimes we sleep down here.
Nathira, you know about this? You know, you come down here to this place?
It was like the first time like last week, but it's just who else is down here when we're all
It's the three of you, you two and your dad, and Rally's dad.
She's just gonna like be looking around, be like, we had some sleepovers here, just and try to flash Rally's dad the help me eyes.
And he goes, he kind of like swallows for a second and goes, "They know, and they're involved." And your dad straightens. Your dad is typically kind of like a little bit like this, kind of all the time, you know, a little bit.
Yeah, he's got
like,
a cane.
And you see, he kind of straightens, and he goes, "Okay, all right. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it."
Dad, I'm confused.
Did this fucker just King Boomy us?
She's gonna. She's like grabbing her dad's arm again. What is he talking about?
I think let's figure out what's going on, and then we'll talk, okay? And that's when Rally, your dad, pipes up and he goes, "The city is seems to have had a breach, and it is flooding. So
Flooding where?
on the lowest level. And so we are going to try to batten down the hatches as best we can here while the city gets it figured out. But this chamber is prepared to be airtight. So
Well, where's Lilac? Where's Alea?
I don't know. They
Where's
left.
Well, Lilac says that you've got videos of like everyone. Can't you find them on one of those screens?
I can look.
Okay.
And he goes, he like as the elevator kind of hits the bottom, he goes to basically sit down at the computer.
I'm gonna walk over to my dad.
How are you doing?
Not super great. It's been kind of one of those weeks, I guess.
What? Where's your belt?
I think I lost it inside a weird alternate dimension. It's kind of like in Arcane number 5, where he lost his Staff of Destiny.
Ah, right. Okay, well, that's okay. That's all right.
That's not why I came to talk to you.
Yeah, what's up?
Are you hiding something?
I mean, you pretty much have learned.
No, I
what I've
more
been
than that.
hiding. What do you mean?
Before, when Alea was asking about being little kids and the superpowers and being manufactured or something along those lines. I know you're a bad liar, but do you know more than you're letting on?
Well, I know some things. I don't know everything. I was the person in charge of making the gear and the weapons and the suits, those types of things. But back a few decades ago, program started about preparing for something, and that whatever was coming couldn't be taken care of by the means and powers that already exist in this world. So a program was started to create heroes, soldiers, essentially.
Dad, I'm 15.
You weren't part of the program.
I'm not even part of the program?
No, you most likely inherited it from either myself or your mother.
Wait, is Mom a superhero too?
No, your mother and I were on the development end of all of this, and we tested early trials on ourselves, and it never really yielded any results for us. But it's possible that, well, it is, showing what you can do now, that it passed to you. And your powers never manifested, so we never thought of anything. You know, some of the other children of the initial people in the program, their powers manifested, but beyond that, we thought nothing of it because we didn't think it would amount to anything. But it's the fact that you could do what you did means that you have powers. And I'm sorry, go ahead.
What about Nathira?
What about me?
Nothing.
She's gonna walk over.
God damn it.
She heard
And
her name.
He turns to Nathira and he goes, I believe it's a conversation for you to have with your father. Here.
Is he supposed to know everything?
He
Do I tell him?
He knows
think
more.
so.
He probably doesn't know about you all having powers, but he knows more than he probably thought he did.
It's like that cutscene in animes where their eyes get all like shifty to the side and it pans to the back and it's just like her dad looking at everything like, yep, looks the same as it did 10 years ago.
Pretty much.
Super secret hideout.
Super secret hideout. Oh, okay. She's gonna look down at her gold flower and then walk back to her dad.
Okay.
Cam, what are you doing? Lav, fit that.
clip that, lad.
Get her, Lav. Get her. Get him.
And your dad, Rally, he leans forward and goes, well, can you still use any of your powers without the belt?
Can I?
What are you doing?
I'm trying to act. Usually I just tense all the muscles in my brain and that usually activates something.
Give me
Worked
an
for
unleash.
everybody else.
Give me an unleash your powers, Rally.
Sure. Oh boy, here we go. Unleash my powers. 6.
So you're like, and there's just a slight little as you as you were just tensing too hard.
Wow. That is how this day would go.
All right. Well, maybe they're just you need something to help jumpstart it. I can.
I don't know. We have guns in the house.
Yes, we do. But
I got
I'm not-
shot that
I'm not-
one time. I
I'm
figured
not
it'd be
giving
kind
you
of
a
thing.
gun
Why not?
because you've never been trained with guns.
You and your weird superpower friends gave all of my friends freaky little powers. So how
I
come
didn't
I don't
give
get a
them
gun?
powers because
Then
you
who
don't.
did?
It was the council. The council was the one running the program. We were just working for them. And you'd probably want a sword more than a gun or something.
Maybe.
Nathira's gonna throw one of her Sharpies at the back of Rally's head.
Come on.
If you turn around to look at her, she's just gonna be standing there like gripping the golden flower so tight with just this dead look on her face as she had stopped halfway walking her dad and turned back around and said, "Why are we talking about swords when there's supposedly an emergency going on and Alea and Lilac aren't here?" I thought we were supposed to be looking for them.
Yep. Yes. Rally, we will continue this conversation, okay?
Sure we will.
She's gonna shuffle up and like scoop the Sharpie and then like shuffle back and
Why are your Sharpies so sharp?
And your dad
I'm
begins
chewing
to
on the tips of the pens.
and your dad begins to flick through the cameras. We cut over to Nathira as you are walking towards your dad. You see your dad is doing exactly what you described, and he's just kind of taking in the cave.
Dad,
Yes.
what do you know about this?
You should sit down, kiddo. And are you holding the flower up?
Mm-hmm.
He goes, where did you get that? Tell me where you got that.
Tell me where it's from.
It's your mother's favorite flower.
Riley's dad said you're hiding stuff.
Okay. All right. Your mom, and I know this is going to be a shock, was a hero. You don't look shocked.
No, I'm very shocked.
Usually you go, oh, well, you just found out your mom was a hero, and he's gonna pierce the mask. He rolled a 9.
Yeah, she's obviously lying. It's not
Yeah.
very hard. Yeah.
He goes, so I'm not the only one keeping secrets then.
Well, apparently you were keeping them for longer. And you
Well,
never kept secrets.
this was a secret your mom asked me to keep for her.
Why?
Well, the hero life, it wasn't always the greatest for your mom. And she didn't want you to have to deal with being the daughter of a hero. She wanted you to make your own way through the world. So we kept her identity as secret as possible.
So she's the reason I have powers now too?
Yes, I believe so.
How long did you know?
Know that what?
That she passed them on to me?
I mean, it was always an option because your mother was one of the initial people in the program. It was always possible that it would pass on, but very similar to Rally.
What program?
So, do you know why Bastion was created? City of Bastion.
I don't think I was there for that day of history. I was supposed to take it this year, and they might have taught it the last couple weeks, but I haven't really been at school a lot because it's been like crazy, and Gilly's been like having us do like lessons there, but also like homeschool lessons, and it's just been a lot. So I don't know. Don't be upset.
I am not upset with you. I am not upset. The six. You know about the six, the legendary heroes?
Mhm.
when they defeated the Drowned King, there was a prophecy. There was a warning that was imparted to them. That the Drowned King didn't come here to conquer. He was running from something else. And the creators of this city took that to heart. That there's something coming. And so they started the program to create beings that could combat whatever comes. Create soldiers, heroes of their own. And then over the years, as the threats never came, it turned into just kind of our own heroes, dealing with the threats in town, in the city. And your mother was a part of it. She was one of the heroes.
Is that why she died?
Yeah. She lost her life saving a group of school children, and she saved them at the cost of her own life.
What is the this bad king? What do they look like?
The Drowned King?
Mm-hmm.
He had, I believe, from the depictions that remain, he had blue skin, long horns. He's very, very scary looking.
Because Raleigh kind of lost part of his powers to someone really, really scary.
I didn't lose them. I kicked his ass.
Someone really scary? What do you mean?
Just someone who tried to hurt Lilac and then hurt me and then hurt Raleigh, and I saw him kill a poor boy like 2 times.
And he grabs your hand and he goes, "Are you okay?" And then he's kind of back. He's lost that straightness. He kind of went back. He's back to that kind of dear old dad. He's like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, no, it's fine. They just told me I'll die if I use my powers too much. Is that what happened to Mom? Were you gonna tell me that?
When you were older. I didn't want to give it to you now. The powers are hit or miss whether they're stable or not. Which is why I never told you, because I never wanted you to use them.
Oh.
And because your mother asked me to keep it a secret.
Well, Mom says hi.
And you see, his eyes begin to well a little bit. He goes, "You saw her?"
Yeah, she said she's stuck. Alea can make these black holes and had a boy that was trapped in the black hole, and then Lilac went to go in and save him, and then Lilac came out and was kind of crazy and not herself, so I was worried, and so then I went in and it was just this whole thing. Yeah, then I almost got stuck and me and Lilac were stuck there, and we almost died, and then Lilac got out, and then Lilac yelled at me because I didn't want to leave, and then Mom showed up, and Mom said she's stuck in between. And she gave me this.
That's her favorite flower. And
Do you want it?
She gave it to you.
I miss. Yeah, but I miss her too, but you probably miss her. I know how much you miss her.
And
we can take turns. You can hold it Monday through Friday, and I can get on weekends.
Okay, honey. And he takes it, and he brings you in for a really big hug. Big squeeze. Dad squeezes with a little bit more strength than you thought he had, as he pulls you in tight. And lets you go, and he goes, "Well, shall we see if we can find your friends? And we're gonna cut to Lilac. You are flabbergasted at probably the current moment in time as you saw the walls to the city break, smash open, the ocean beginning to come into the city. And you saw your basically surrogate father, long butler, turn into a dragon and save you and your boyfriend. As the two of you got like onto the back and flew up and away as you see the water begins to crash through and all of the houses, all of the structures that were on that side just suddenly begin to be smashed away as gallons and gallons of water rush in and begin to fill this entire basically like part of the city. As you begin to wind up and up and up, and as you get into the space that's in between levels, you see Gilly changes back as the three of you kind of all tumble to the floor as he's kind of laying there gasping. And Bluebird turns to you and goes, were you gonna tell me at any point that your butler can turn into a dragon?
I didn't know. Gilly, you're a dragon?
It's a long it's
Oh my god.
sorry, I haven't done that in a very long time.
Oh my god. You're a dragon?
I'm not a dragon, I'm part dragon. Yeah, my great grandfather was Nathaniel of the Six. And his wife was a dragon. And so it just passed down the lineage. Oh, I haven't done that in a while. And he's like really out of breath, really just like.
Alright, it's fine. Lilac is trying to like just kind of pull herself together. She's still a little achy because I feel like her body hasn't quite caught up from all the hits that she has consistently taken.
Yes.
And she's just gonna stay there on the floor for a second before being like, okay, plan of action. What is the plan of action?
Well, we need to hope that the city's automatic, essentially, systems kick in and, prevent the rest of the city from flooding, and prevent it from sinking.
I have doubts.
Why do you have doubts? And why were you down there to begin with?
Because I caused it. She's gonna lift up her knuckles, which are bloodied and bruised. She's like, when I went into the space that Alea can open up, it opened up to a different dimension that holds some kind of unknown terror who wants to bring about the end of destruction, the end of Bastion, everything. He said that he consumes spark, the whatever it is that's in us, that stuff.
Oh, shit.
Billy, the kid that went missing, the kid that was in there, he's gone. He's fully gone now. Nathira was in there as well, and she got us out, but then she stayed behind, and then Raleigh went in, and he had our bodies while we were in there.
Oh, shit.
Which means that if my body was down there doing that, what were Nathira and Raleigh's bodies doing? If not taking out whatever systems are in place to stop the city from preventing any more flooding.
All right. Well, we need to get to higher ground and we need to find them. I can't really do that again anytime soon, so we're going to have to hustle. I can get us a car.
But what about the other people?
If they're on that floor and they didn't evacuate in time, I'm not sure. But, for you, take it on yourself. It wasn't you. It was whoever that terror was.
I know. But It's really, really hard to differentiate that when my knuckles are still bleeding.
So, what we do now is we save as many as we can, we find your friends, we get your team together, and we stop these people.
Okay.
Focus it.
Okay. If you want, I can try and use the air. It's the same way that I managed to fly when we first kind of fought Avon. I can try.
Yes. All right. And you see Bluebird's kind of dusting himself off, and he goes, "You can carry us both, babe."
Again, I can try.
All right. I mean, I can move real quick with chains.
If you don't mind, that would be really great.
You know, Gilly, can you commandeer a car or something? I'm gonna carry her. And you can get a car. We'll meet you. We'll meet you there. You're too tired. You are exhausted. Let me do this.
Okay.
And you see he kind of scoops you up, fireman style, in his arms. And you see the two of you begin to take off as Gilly goes over to a car, and you see him kind of look around and like as Gilly begins to potentially hotwire or break into a car. And the two of you take off towards the rally point. Is there anything you want to do on the way?
I was wondering if I could try and I don't know if there's like assess a situation to see if I could try and think of ways that would be good to try and stop flooding.
Sure. Go ahead and give me an assess the situation.
Okay. So it's a 9 on the die plus, what is it plussing? Superior? Oh my god, fantastic. So that's going to be an 11.
Okay, so go ahead and ask questions.
Okay, so 2 questions. What here can I use to try and prevent further flooding? And how could we best end this quickly?
So you know that essentially each level has basically the equivalent of blast doors in place. That they're these massive doors that can close to seal off like flooding. Essentially, like if a layer of the city begins to flood, those doors are supposed to close to prevent the water from rising any higher. To allow essentially the rest of the emergency services systems to vent the water and fix the holes. So there's these massive doors that are supposed to close to stop it from flooding, and that the best way to end this quickly is to somehow make sure those doors are working.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Okay. And as
I think that's all.
Okay. And as the two of you continue to the rally point, and you see the flashing emergency lights around the city as people are being evacuated to higher and higher levels. But the people, once you get to Gentown, people seem worried and panicked, but not terribly worried, because everyone knows that to prevent the city from flooding, the automatic doors will close and they will shut, keep the city from sinking. And you get to the rally point, you get to the elevator, Bluebird sets you down and he goes, "How you feeling?"
Pretty shit.
I can imagine.
How are you feeling?
I'm tired. I'm pretty tapped. If I won't lie.
You think you can last out a little longer?
I can last as long as you need.
Good.
Sorry, no, it's not the time for those types of things.
And
And he kind of rests his head on your shoulder for a second.
she'll kind of like bring her hand up to just run her fingers through his hair briefly and then go, "This is more than we bargained for."
Hell of a honeymoon phase, huh?
The honeymoon phase, you're getting ahead of yourself.
What if I wasn't?
Sorry?
I mean, what if I wasn't getting ahead of myself? I know this is an awkward time, but
I mean, we're in a lift heading down to the basement to talk to our friends about how to stop a flood. I mean, it's not the best time, but then when has there ever been a good time? I'll be frank, are you asking me out?
he doesn't answer. He just pulls you in for a kiss.
I think like for a moment she's just stiff, like in just surprise, and then goes to kiss him back before quickly pulling away and going, I need to think about it. I know that sounds, it's not that.
Yep. Yeah. And he pulls the lever for the elevator. As the elevator heads down. As he like turns like you see he's turning away because he's like turning beet red.
It's Blue. It's not. There's so much, and I don't want to.
He squeezes your hand and he's like, it's okay. It's all right.
Thank you.
And those of you in the rally point, you hear the elevator and you see there's Lilac and Bluebird coming down the elevator.
Nathira is just gonna run at Lilac.
Oh, okay,
We're okay.
Rally is gonna go and do the same to Bluebird.
He's like, you fuck. All right, dude. I'm sore. Please be careful.
We all are. It's been a day.
Yeah.
Where were you guys?
I think Lilac, like as fully stiff as she's been, as Nathira has been hugging her, she relaxes for a moment and then squeezes her back slightly and goes, it's really fucked. Nathira, everything is really fucked.
What happened?
You know how you took control of my body?
Yeah?
Well, I destroyed the supports that were keeping the wall up and keeping the ocean out of the lower tiers of the city. So, what were your bodies doing?
That's
You don't know
a good
yet.
Question.
Okay, well, whatever they were doing, so long as it has nothing to do with the blast doors that keep the water out of the rest of the city, then we're fine. Jonathan, is there a way to stop or check that?
And you see he's got the screen paused.
On what?
And we see a shot of what looks like a water treatment plant in the city. And we see a shot of Nathira. You see you turn into shadow and pass through the door and open it for Rally as Rally walk. And we see Rally walk in.
Am I transformed or is it just me?
It's just you as you right
Oh, fuck.
Fuck!
And you pass through the doors and you see there's this large intake. Basically large intake tank. It's a large tank. That's what I'm trying to say.
In tank.
In tank.
Milk tank.
And we see Rally, you slap in an egg and you see transform into your Titan form. And we see you walk outside and you come back in with what looks like a large crate or something. And we see Nathira kind of wordlessly open up the tank. And we see Rally pick up this large, basically like barrel, this crate, and begin to pour this white substance in.
Spark. Oh my god. Oh my god.
And then close it. And seal it. And we see Nathira pull, like basically the valve to recirculate it. And your Jonathan turns around and goes, well, we gotta stop these people yesterday. Because people are going to be drinking that, using it to cook, watering crops.
What is the stuff?
That's, I'm presuming, the drug that was used for turning the school kids into the kind of beast forms, I guess. Oh God. All right, where's Alea?
And we're gonna
Has she
cut
come back yet?
upstairs. We're gonna cut upstairs. And Alea, you're kind of slithering through the shadows, following after Avon. As she passes down a corridor, like basically through this kind of broken wasteland, she turns into a building, this busted down building. And you see she walks down some stairs. And she pulls this kind of blast door open and passes inside. And you see there's like very little lighting in here. And you see there's pictures all over the walls of this dank, dark, dingy room. And there are pictures of the villain, the bad guy who was fighting your father for years. You see the same kind of red armor, that she's donning. You see it's kind of like an imitation. As it's the villain Rend. And this seems kind of almost like a shrine. And she goes, kind of to herself, she goes, Mom, I'm making you proud. I'm making you proud. I'm doing the best I can. I even have a villain name now. It's Sunder. I thought that was kind of a cool name. And she goes, and your daughter and your daughter, she's gonna be working with me now. So we're both villains, just like you. What do you do? As she's talking to this wall of pictures.
I have an ability, thanks to being the child of a villain, called All the Best Stuff. I've compiled access to caches of equipment and weaponry that other supers have hidden in the city. When I access it, basically I can check it out on a miss. I'll trip an alarm and they'll know that I'm there. While she's distracted speaking to herself and as Alea can see that this might run much steeper than she anticipated, I want to search for any evidence in this like hideaway of my mom actually being Rend and of anywhere my dad is.
Okay.
Any information on either of them.
So go ahead and roll.
Okay. Okay. I have a +0 to savior, so this is going to be a clean 7. So I will leave evidence that I'm here.
Okay. And I'll give you one of the two things you asked for. So you pick which one you want. Do you want to know if you want info on where dad is or evidence that connects your mom to Rend?
I'm gonna flip a coin.
Okay. You flip that coin.
Because I feel like in character, it might be more to Rend, but I mean, I want to know. Okay, call it heads, dad. Yeah, heads, dad.
You want to know about dad?
Yeah, learn about dad.
So as she's kind of mumbling, and she goes, and dad's here too. He's back at the lab. But he's gonna come around. He's gonna come around eventually. I hope everyone eventually comes around. Well, I'll be seeing you. I'll be seeing you soon, Mom. And I love you. As she gets up and begins to leave her little hidey hole.
Okay. I'm gonna book it back to the lab, try and find my dad. And
as you're about to book it, you like zip out of there. And you hear Avon go, "Who's here?" As red lightning begins to crackle around her.
can I make it out in time?
Yeah. As you zip out.
As I'm running, I want to text Lilac, and I will just say,
You pull out your crystal, and there's
Yeah.
there's no connection.
fuck. Okay. Okay. I'm going it alone. Fuck.
So you're just running back to the lab, yeah?
I want to run back to the lab. My plan here. Do you want me to tell you my plan?
Sure.
Okay, my plan here: find Dad, and shoot with him down to back to the rally point.
So you running back to the lab, right?
Yeah.
And as you run through the doors, you go poof, and hit your head on somebody's chest. As you look up from your butt, and you see your dad standing over you.
Dad?
And you see the doctor comes around the corner of your dad and goes, "You're supposed to be upstairs. You mind taking her there for me?" And you see your dad reaches down and kind of grabs you by the collar and lifts you up. As you are now kind of at eye level with your dad, you see his eyes are just kind of blank. You see there's just kind of no thought behind the eyes at all. And you see the veins are kind of pulsing a little bit in his head, a little bit more than they were before, as your dad begins to now drag you back upstairs. What do you do?
Alea will like kind of grab at his hand and try and like loosen his grip, and
It's
she does-
impossibly strong.
I know it is. She knows that she can't beat her dad in a one-on-one fight. So instead, I'm gonna use a move I have called Change Sides, and I am going to look at him and say, I'm so glad that we can be a family again. I'm so glad that we're together again.
You hear the doctor pipe up. "He can't hear you, dear."
Can you bring my dad back for just a second so I can tell him I love him? I want to show him all the work I've been doing with Avon and everything.
And you see the doctor kind of makes that, like, goes from the smile to kind of, "You didn't finish your operation, so your dad's gonna take you back." As your dad now kind of almost like bear hugs you as he continues to take you up the stairs.
I want to open a black hole behind me, and
You're in his arms presently.
I know.
Okay, you're gonna take your dad with you?
He might suck in with me.
Okay, where's the other end of the black hole?
The other end is okay. Some flavor. As Alea is staring into these dead eyes of her dad, she's longing for any kind of emotion. Because she feels like she is just back there as a little girl asking for any amount of attention or any reaction at all and getting nothing. And the first thing she thinks of is Lilac's anger and how she cared enough to be angry at Alea at times. So Alea will lift up her arms and
You're presently like this.
yeah.
I just want you to know that.
Could just completely like this.
Like he's got you in a bear hug.
Oh, okay, got it. I thought he had me by the collar.
Yeah, he switched to the bear hug after your switch
Okay.
sides didn't take.
I open up the black hole, and the first things that I think of are knock knock. And that will send me back to Lilac, wherever Lilac is. Or wherever I think Lilac is. Can I believe it's true?
Okay, here we go, fam. All
We're
right.
gonna die.
So, I knocked my lighting down. Okay.
Oh no.
All right. So, you think Lilac. And as you all are kind of dealing with the ramifications of Nithira and Rally, your bodies being used to put something in the water supply, you hear this pop noise above you as you see Alea in the arms of Nova pass through the hole, and the hole closes. And they land on the ground as Nova opens his arms, releasing Alea.
You guys are okay.
Oh,
And you found your
Alea?
dad. That's awesome.
You found
We're
Dad?
back to one.
And
Alea,
you
you're in a.
And the same thing hits you, Lilac, as you see this lifeless look on your dad's face. As he kind of begins to take in each one of you. And you hear from behind you, Jonathan, go, "Get down!" as you hear the sound of a gun go, "Boof!" and hit your dad in the chest. What do you all do?
This is not how we treat guests.
You all need to go now. As you see Nova slowly begins to rise back up with some smoke rolling off his chest.
Can I try and put him in my dimension? I don't know if I'll be able to.
So what's going to happen is we're both going to roll Unleash Your Powers.
Fuck.
And you're going to have to roll higher than your dad.
Oh no.
I started the game off with a roll of 2 6s. I'm so hoping.
Hold on, I need to see what his bonus is.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
I didn't know what else to do.
It's okay. It's okay. It's all right.
It's okay.
Ah. God. Okay.
Find out what death feels like.
So what'd you
I'm
roll?
about to.
What'd you get?
What'd you get?
10.
Okay. So you
Oh, no.
open this black hole, and it begins to drag your dad in. And you see him grab the ends of the black hole. And you see him put it basically in the palm of his hands and squash it. What are the rest of you doing?
Is your
Nathira
dad
and Rally,
okay?
are they? Nathira, are you guys transformed or not?
No, you would notice that he's not even wearing the belt.
No, Nathir would be going to grab Rally.
I think Rally hasn't quite caught on yet and is like, it's lovely to meet you, sir. Please don't get...
Lilac is gonna
he's like
be
explaining the situation to him.
out. No, Lilac is like pointing at Nathira and being like, "Get him out," and she's gonna go for Alea.
So like, we need a big hitter because I kind of lost my powers recently and I just want to like, I don't want to.
Nathira's gonna go to grab Rally and then grab onto her dad.
And Jonathan, as he's like aiming, like cocking another round, he throws something to Rally and he goes, "Just take this." And continue what you were saying, Nathira.
She's gonna try to turn all of them into darkness.
Give me Unleash Your Powers.
Come on.
This
Wait.
is okay. Sorry, I'm using digital dice. Okay. Oh my god. 13.
Oh damn.
Good. Thank God.
Jesus.
Yeah. So you grabbed Rally and your dad, right?
Yeah, 2
And
hands.
so very similar to like when Frodo puts on the ring for the first time. It's like you are kind of now they're with you in this kind of shadowy realm that you know are in. And so Rally, you're suddenly seeing the world, but it's kind of through this weird moving shadowy lens.
He's
As
She's
you're-
just holding on to both of your hands. Just don't let go of me. Don't talk.
Oh, yeah. Riley was screaming.
Well, all right. Lilac, you're going for Alea.
Yeah, because Ella is way too close to him for comfort.
All right, so what are you gonna do to get Alea away?
I want to try and use my speed to just run up, grab her, and then phase back with her.
Okay, give me Unleash Your Powers.
Please
Once
be
again,
kind
rolling
to
against
me.
your dad.
Ah. No.
This isn't looking good, guys.
+1, so it's 4.
So you go, and like your ankle just twists immediately, just from exhaustion, and you see yourself stumble. As Alea, you see your dad like beginning to wind up, and a chain wraps around his wrist as he's kind of pulled away, and the punch hits the floor next to you as the chain, or as his fist slams into the floor, like cratering it. What do you do, Alea?
Dip out.
Okay. I'm gonna try and get out from under him, and I'm gonna try and alter the gravity so that he is stuck down onto the floor, and I will use the full force. I am not holding back at all.
Yep.
As
As you see Bluebird's like trying to keep his fist in place the best he can. Go ahead and roll for it.
Okay. Unleash your powers
Yeah, unleash your powers.
or directly engage us.
Give me. What'd you roll?
A 9.
A 9. Okay, so you see that like he kind of gets heavier as you see this just look of just pure rage on your dad's face, looking up at you as he's just slowly beginning to move. You know this isn't going to keep him there long.
Everyone, just go, and I will handle it.
Absolutely not.
No, Lilac,
No.
it's okay. You always handle things. I
And
can handle it this time.
You feel a chain wrap around your waist, Alea,
Oh, fuck.
as Bluebird whips Alea backwards into your arms, Lilac, and he goes, "I got it, babe." And
That's me.
and my shadow people, what are you doing?
I just.
Is Riley, did you stop screaming? Or no?
I think at Babe, he's like, "Wait, hold on, what?
There's this weird ethereal screaming just kind of echoing through the place.
I
Screaming in the shadow realm.
honestly Riley would try
hearing
to run towards
Riley-
his dad.
You're getting away, you're leaving me?
He's gonna try to run towards his dad.
His
You-
now he
dad gave you
realizes-
a weapon to get out.
Your dad is like continuing, like in combination with Bluebird, your dad's just continuing to try to keep Nova in place. Like firing, he's basically like firing this weapon at Nova, trying to keep him down.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Riley even knows what to do. He'd probably just stand there frozen because what can he
She's
do?
gonna try to pull both of them towards the elevator.
Yeah. Your dad goes with you willingly. He's trying to almost pull you towards the elevator.
Is Riley fighting me?
I think he's like stiff, but he's probably not fighting you. But he is gonna be like, "We need to go get my dad too."
She's gonna follow you guys like into the elevator and just holding on to both of you and just looks at you guys and goes, we need to get out of here first. And she's gonna hit the door to close it.
Yep. Yeah, you, Lilac,
Right
Alea.
before we're all in.
Yeah, you're all in. Yeah.
Right before it closes, she's gonna let both of them go and shadow back in.
Oh, you self-sacrificing motherfuckers. Okay. All right.
I'm
so the
hiding
door-
in the corners of the darkness for a moment.
So the elevator closes, and Alea, Lilac, and Rally, you are now heading up. Nithira,
And
you have decided.
Burton.
And Burton. And Burton. Nithira, you decide to stay.
Yep.
And Nithira, we're going to resolve what you're going to do. What are you doing? Because you see Jonathan and Bluebird basically fighting Nova. Trying to, like, basically stop him from moving.
She can't get the sound of Rally screaming out of her head. And her eyes do that glaze over. And she's gonna dark vision.
Okay.
You have to tell me what I see.
Okay. All right.
She's basically like in shadow, Spider-Man-ing it in the corner, watching them fight, and just hearing Rally screaming in the back of her head just like phases out for a second.
So the rally point disappears from your vision. And you see the school. And the school, the crystal monoliths that float outside displaying the messages for the day are all broken and smashed. You see the school is cracked and broken. As you see, there are people fighting people. You know, there's like these monstrosities moving around and attacking. You see there's like these random people kind of like fighting them off with magic and weapons and powers and stuff like that. And you see, you're looking up for the first time, and you've had this vision before. You've seen this before. You see Rally standing in front of you, and you see a fist plunge through his chest and pull back as you see Rally kind of fall to his knees and slump. And you see Avon standing there, smiling. And you see standing just off to the side behind her is Alea.
Yep, I knew it.
And
I knew it. I knew it.
You're back in the present. As you see Jonathan gets whipped against the wall, cratering the wall, like smashing against the computers. And you see Bluebird is like throwing chain after chain after chain, and you see Nova is just snapping one after the other, after the other, after the other, as he's continuing to get towards Bluebird.
He's moving towards Bluebird?
Yeah, Bluebird's essentially trying to stop him from getting to the elevator. So he's like throwing a chain to lock him down. He snaps the chain, throwing a chain to lock him down, just trying one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other, to keep him in place. And Nova just continues to walk through them, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Is the elevator coming back down?
I mean, this is all happening in seconds. So the elevator is going up. You had your vision.
Okay.
This is what you're seeing in front of you. What do you do?
Still trying to like hold herself to the sides as much as possible. Like still in darkness, just she's basically trying to make her way back down the elevator and hit the button.
To like call it back down?
Right, to bring it back down. Okay,
then we're gonna cut upstairs then. So the elevator doors open, and Burton kind of like ushers the three of you out, and he goes, you need to call your butler, Gilly.
Gilly,
something.
yeah, Gilly will be able to hold him off.
Rally's not leaving the elevator.
Rally, get out now.
Your dad can handle himself. Trust me. But we need to get you away from here, as fast as possible.
Rally, listen to me. We have work to do.
Kind of motions to the knot belt he has.
So
did it ever stop you before? I'm sorry, I really didn't think that having a belt of magical powers was what made you a hero, Rally.
It kind of helps when there are monsters everywhere.
Your dad said that you have powers anyways. You'll figure it out.
Rally, please, we need you. I need both of you. Alea? Please.
Nithira, she's still down there.
She can handle herself. She's strong. I wouldn't have been able to get out of that pocket dimension without her. She's the only reason I got out.
Can I look down at the thing my dad gave me?
Yes, you can.
What is it?
So he threw it to you, and you don't really understand what it. When you look at it, it's like almost like a bronze notebook. Like it's like about this big. It's like a bronze notebook, and there's like a quill attached to it.
Okay, weird day for a birthday gift, but all right.
All right. Gilly, I'll call him now.
Okay. And do you all step out of the elevator?
Yeah. Lilac's out and she's holding out a hand for Alea and Raleigh to come out.
Oh, Alea's out.
I'm gonna hold,
Alea's out.
Lilac's hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just pull her out.
I'm gonna pull out my crystal at the same time. Do I have any missed calls from my mother?
You have like 36 missed calls from your mom.
I'll let mom know, and I'm gonna ring her while you ring Gilly.
Okay.
I guess
Rally.
while they're doing that, somebody
You're
say
exiting
even-
the lift, right?
He's still standing. He's like in the doorway, but
The doors begin to kind of bump against your shoulder.
Get out.
Rally, come on!
Lilac's grabbed him by the scruff and has like pulled him out of the way of the doors.
He steps out, and then somebody say evens or odds.
Evens.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh god.
Riley's while they're like on the phone, Riley's gonna like step into a different room.
Okay.
And he's gonna call his mom.
Okay. All right, we're gonna do this phone tag here real quick. We're gonna start with Lilac. Lilac. So you are ringing Gilly.
Yes.
Yes. And he goes, yes, I am on my way presently. The car I snagged isn't the fastest.
Okay, update. Alea is back from wherever the hell she went. I presume up to
great.
up to the spire. She's brought back Dad. Dad is not himself. And he is
oh.
currently fighting Blue and Jonathan downstairs.
You need to run.
Yeah, no, we're dipping. I just needed you to be aware of what you were about to walk into and what you really had to put up with, okay?
All right.
Okay.
Yes, I will handle it.
Also, a heads up, we're going to be getting that flooding sorted, potentially, and we also need to stop the water supply and recirculate it because it's been spiked with spark. All of it.
Sweet. Oh, got it. All right.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Be right there.
Okay.
Be
Okay,
right there.
right. Love you. Bye.
Love you.
And
Bye.
she just hangs up.
All right. And we cut now over to Alea.
Alea will immediately ring her mom.
And it answers immediately. Like immediately. Like, where are you?
I'm at the rally point. I'm with Lilac and Rally and Nathira.
Okay,
and,
you're safe. Okay.
No,
No?
Mom. Dad's here, but Dad's not himself, and he's hurting people, and I need you.
I'm on my way. Leave right
Mom.
away. Yes.
I know about Avon, and I know about the games, and I know who you used to be, and I really need you to be that person right now, because I'm really scared of Dad.
I'm on my way.
Okay.
I need you to get really far away, okay?
Okay.
All right. And then we cut over to Rally calling your mom.
Yep, which is a whole lot of phone calls this episode.
Yes.
Can I get a brief refresher what she did, like in her my dad did the armor and all that
Your
stuff. What's my do?
your mom was involved in basically like the science, the chemistry part of it, the medical part. As far as what your dad told you, your dad said is that you and him and your mom were involved in the development of the program. And she answers the phone and she goes, "Hey, Rally, what's up? You caught me at a good time. I'm in between meetings today.
Where are you right now?
I'm at work."
You didn't evacuate with
No,
everything that's been.
I'm on the top floor, kiddo.
Are you lying to me?
Why would I be lying to you?
Because that's all everybody seemed to have been doing for a while.
What's going on, kiddo? What's happening?
Dad told me the truth.
Okay. The truth about what?
About the spark, and superheroes, and the work you've been doing.
Oh, I haven't done that work for years, honey. I'm just a doctor now.
Can I pierce the mask? Or something along those lines?
Sure. I mean, let me preface this for you, Rally. You know your mom was involved in the hero side, but you presently have no information that your mother is remotely involved with the with the villainy part right now.
Okay, I'll stick with the "Are you lying to me?" thing, but I guess with that, do you still know how to do all that?
I mean, I haven't done that work in many years, but why? Have you had powers manifest, Rally?
I think so. I had some weird dude named Sterling gave me an egg and it turned into a belt, and then I used that belt to kick some ass. It was super cool for a while too, until like some other bad stuff happened, and now like I don't have the belt anymore. So
you're saying a man named Sterling gave you some?
Yeah, why? Do you know him?
No, but I'm gonna find out. And we can run some tests when I get home.
Are you able to give me powers? Like powers, not none of this like descended, like maybe possibly manifest one day powers. I need powers right now.
Right. I mean, you're. I mean, you'd have to come see me. We'd have to.
Where are you?
I'm at the hospital. I don't have the equipment here for those types of things, but we can do it at the rally point, for sure.
I don't know if that's gonna happen. Nova came through a black hole, and I think he's fighting Dad now.
Okay. I am also on my way. I'm not also. That was Alex saying also. Yeah, she goes, I will be there soon. Okay. Please get away from there as far as you can, please.
Okay. Love you, Mom.
I love you too, kiddo. I will see you soon. All right. And the elevator descends, Nathira.
Oh boy.
Okay.
And you see Jonathan is laying kind of motionless by the computer terminals. And you see, like, basically, Nova has closed the distance, and Bluebird is now coming to blows with Nova. Like, going back and forth and back and forth, back and forth. And Nova's winning. As you see, Bluebird's just now essentially just trying to stay Bluebird's just trying to stay standing at this point.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
She's gonna wait until the doors open. This is what she's trying to do. She is trying to wait until the doors open, merge into like just darkness, crawl into into Bluebird's shadow, and then is gonna grab his ankle and try to take him, like vanish him and take him into the elevator.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me and unleash your powers.
Please, 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 please. This is such a good plan, please.
It's the one. This is like the one thing I'm good at.
And
Actually, give me what'd you roll?
Well, why? I rolled it. I got a 10.
I was gonna say defend. I was gonna say give me plus savior.
Can you use an adult move?
Plus savior?
Yeah, plus savior. Yeah,
Well,
because this is
that
more
changes
defend.
it.
Because you're already in shadow, so like you don't have to unleash them because you're already using them.
Well, I'm turning somebody else into a shadow.
Okay, so you rolled a 10. Let's go with the 10.
Well, no,
So-
I rolled a 10 if I add everything. That's why
Yeah.
I was at. If you change it, then it's gonna go back
No,
down to a
it-
9.
We'll keep it at a 10. So you are able to basically, like, the doors open and you grab Bluebird essentially and drag him into the shadows. He goes, what the fuck? As you drag him into the elevator.
She's not even looking at him. She's like it's just like she can. It looks like she's sitting next to him in the elevator. Their backs against the wall, and she's just like, "Don't move. Shut the."
And you see Nova, like, storms into the elevator, like, looking around.
She's keeping the door open, like, thing.
And then you see he looks up. And boom, shoots through the ceiling of the elevator.
Oh shit.
Can I? Can I?
Give me an.
No, it's an adult move.
Oh, it's an adult. Well, wield your powers, yeah. So
I don't want to roll. Not roll.
no, you gotta roll, especially
Okay. No, it's fine. It's fine. Everything. Wait, what is it? What is wield your powers?
for free.
Come on.
I
on.
got a 9.
Okay, so you get to choose one. Take hold of something vulnerable to you. Create something useful from your environment, or neutralize an opponent or threat for now.
Can I neutralize?
So how would you neutralize him for now?
She's So he's trying to jump through.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like looking around, and he's about to basically.
Yeah.
You see him like about to jump through the ceiling.
She because again, this isn't something she's used to. So in my head, if it worked, as he was jumping through again, because fear is her driving factor. As the metal of the top of the elevator breaks, she almost like freaks. She lets go of
Bluebird.
Bluebird, almost as if like she's trying to grab Nova's ankle, like it's gonna do anything. And the metal of the top of the elevator that he just broke through would turn it into almost like a fist itself and hold his ankle.
So you're using some telekinesis to alter the
Telekinesis.
metal. Got it. So yeah, the metal wraps around him, and so he's currently held in place. What do you do?
She's gonna grab Bluebird and just be like, follow me with one hand, and is grabbing her crystal with the other, and she's just trying to drag them to any safe quiet
He
secret
stops
place.
and he's like, we gotta go up. We gotta get out of this cave. So just hang on. And like he like basically shoots a chain and Spider-Man's the two of you basically up the elevator shaft. As he's kind of like got you in like one arm, and he's like, can you help me grab the other door? 'Cause I got your arm. And the two of you kind of wrench the door open. As the three of you are coming back from your phone calls, you see Bluebird has Nethira kind of like in his arm as he's like pulling the doors open with Nethira.
Oh my god.
Riley runs to
Sarah, you're
help.
okay?
Nova's coming. Get out. Get
We
out.
gotta go.
okay.
Let's go.
We gotta go. We gotta go.
Everyone
What happened to my dad?
He's knocked out down there. It seemed after he knocked him out, he left him alone.
He's after us, Riley. So we gotta go.
She's gonna
Where do we
grab
go?
Riley and start pushing
Um,
everyone. Just out.
we have to sort out the flooding, and we have to sort out the water supply.
Okay.
After we
let's-
get out of here.
Let's just go.
And so
Um,
you all begin to hear this kind of creaking of metal behind you.
Oh fuck! I'm opening black holes. Get us wherever we need to go.
No,
No. She's not going into any of your black holes.
I'm not going into any black holes. Nope.
She's like, close that fucking thing. We're just running.
Last time we're ever doing that.
Just running.
Oh, we're never
Okay,
getting our
I
safety
see you,
deposit
I see
back.
So you all like run out the door as you see this really crappy car kind of up the street as you see Gilly kind of like running out as the car is like moving, and you hear this crash of metal from the elevator. And Gilly goes, you all continue to run. I will do my best to hold him here.
All right, good luck. I feel like
please be
Lilac's
safe.
just done like, you know, like the tag sort of thing where it's just like your turn sort of thing.
Yep.
I just
Tag
envisioned Aethira's like pulling everyone to the house next door.
Bluebird's limping like nobody's business. As the five of you run away from the house.
Alea's gonna try and like lift Bluebird up where she can and
Violet
like
will also
release.
help,
Yeah.
Yeah, Bluebird's got the shit kicked out of him.
Oh shit.
Nithira, we can't stay here. Not to your house. We gotta keep going.
Run to where?
We have to get to the floodgates. We have to make sure they close. Otherwise, it doesn't even matter where we go. This place is gonna flood.
How long would it take us to get to the floodgates?
I mean, you'd have to go down. You'd have to go down to the.
Yeah, I'm just asking because I don't even know if Nithira would know.
From where you are now, it's like a 20-minute walk to get down there.
Okay.
Essentially, because you need to get down to the first level.
Yeah.
To see if the gates have closed.
Mm-hmm.
We close the gates, and then we sort out the water supply.
Okay.
Okay? Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ellie?
I don't know what you expect me to do here, but all right.
Riley, you always know what to do. There's something, right? You read it somewhere. Something like this. You know the solution, right?
We can talk comic books while we're running. Come on. I'm just gonna grab him.
As the five of you head towards the lower level, camera turns away from you.
Where's my dad?
And you see Gilly and your dad standing side by side as Nova smashes through the elevator, pulling himself up. And Gilly turns to your father and he goes, well, it's been a while, hasn't it? And he goes, yeah, it really has. And you see he unsheathes his cane as you see this long, wicked sword come out from the cane. As the two of them kind of square up, and there's this crashing noise behind them as they turn, and there's this crackling red lightning. As we see Diva in her suit undoing her tie, as you see this crackling red lightning, and she's rolling up her sleeves. And she's like, I've missed this. And that's where we're going to stop for tonight. Thank you all so much for joining us for episode 10 of Heroes of Bastion. We'll be back in just about 2 weeks for what happens next. Thank you so much to my players.
God. All of our parents are so cool.
Relentless as Lilac. Thank you so much.
Where's my mom?
Thank you so much, Hamasama-kun. Oh, she's coming. Hamasama-kun as Rally. Thank you so much, D&D Imposter as Nithira. I almost forgot how to I was going to mispronounce your name. I felt it was like Nithira. And thank you so much, Caminator the Animator as Alea. I've been Alec the Bard, your Game Master. We'll see y'all next time. Have a good night.